Did you lose a child?
Yes.
And is it your son that died?
Yes, it is.
So know that your son steps forward. Where's the young children in the family?
My grandchildren. That's his brother's two children.
But he made me feel like they were like his kids.
Yes, they were.
So know that when they talk about him out of nowhere, he was just sitting right over there.
She says that all
Oh
the
my
time.
God, my granddaughter does that. She's 4 years old, and she'll sit there and she'll say, "Stop looking at me." And I'm like, who are you talking to? And she goes, "Oh, it's Uncle James." I go, "Oh, where is he? What's he saying?"
Well, know that that's real. Know that when she does that, know that that is his soul validating his presence.
Yeah.
And he said, I might not have had a quantity of life, but I had the best life.
He did.
He says, I wouldn't have traded my life for anything.
What he did in 28 years, people don't do in a lifetime. And I look at the things that he's done, and I said, oh my gosh, James.
But he said, Mom, did you ever think that's why I live life to the fullest, to the edge? Because my soul knew that I wasn't gonna have a long life here?
I know.
He says,
So it's funny you say that because he had there's a picture and he's wearing a tank top. There's a little emblem and it says, "Here for a good time, not a long time." It was like
I just got the chills.
just like, and I was like, holy crap, like, and he used to say that to people, right?
Yeah,
It's
that
like
was-
his soul
yeah.
knew. Not here, the soul. Look, from what Spirit tells me, the soul knows the destiny of its life.
Yeah.
And there's a block of
exact-
time. So this is why we have the tragedies of when people die unexpectedly. It's sudden because, and the death doesn't make any sense
Right.
because they came to the end of that block of time. It also holds true for people. It's the same thing when people are in a car accident, right? Car's completely mangled and they walk away with
Yeah.
even a bruise.
Wasn't
Right.
that time?
Wasn't that time? And I know of souls that even tried to take their own life. And because it wasn't their soul's time, they lived life in a wheelchair for decades. Did one of his friends also pass away?
Yes.
Because I just said to him, I go, who's that? He goes, this is my brother. But good friend.
Yes,
They
good
made me
friends.
feel that bond, like
Yeah.
they were. So know that their souls are together as well.
Yeah.
Now, who got like matching tattoos? Or we talked about it, or we got a tattoo like he had, and then we got one like that?
So his brothers, sister-in-law, cousins all went got
Friends, they
tattoos.
were like 12 of them that went
Yeah.
to
Oh.
get.
They all got tattoos together. And
My nephew, my grandson went and got
I'm
one.
actually,
Yeah.
my granddaughter who goes to FIT actually designed one
Mm-hmm.
that I was going to get and put on my arm. I just haven't done it yet. We're tweaking it.
So when souls bring up things, first of all, that we're thinking about doing, this is never a message of this is what you have to do, right? It's just validating because the thought of wanting to do something in memory of them means the absolute world to them. So even if you never do it, it is as if you actually did. Validating that all of these relatives, loved ones, friends, they all got this tattoo. And I love how he did it after he brought forward the gentleman that he made me feel was
Yeah.
like his brother, and then acknowledged all of the tattoos, knowing that he knows what they did, and more importantly, his soul was with them at that exact moment. So this is what he showed me. He showed me a black headstone, okay? So first of all, when a soul steps forward in a three-piece suit and they spin around and they come out in casual wear, it's my symbol for that you laid them to rest differently. Differently to me would be maybe in a mausoleum, or you had them cremated.
So he was cremated,
Okay.
which is what he wanted. But we still have the ashes. Who wants to spread them across all over? I said we gotta wait a while
Right.
because I think we're leaning towards putting them in a cemetery or something, you know?
This is to validate for you that he is supporting all of your decisions. Whether you choose to spread some, keep some, bury them, whatever it is, his soul is at peace with God. So what you choose to do with his physical body is up to you.
Okay.
Do you see like numbers? Do you ever see like 7-Eleven?
That was his number on his boat. He was a boat racer.
What?
So that's what's on the
Wait,
boat.
a boat? Wait, he was a boat racer?
Yes.
He was a professional boat racer, boat handler.
Okay.
Best in his class. So he's class 7, so that's where 7 comes from.
Yep.
And then he picked 11 for his boat because that's his birthday. April 11th is his birthday.
Okay.
So,
What a legacy.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
What a legacy.
It really does. And that's what we say about his boat. It's his legacy.
It's his legacy. Your son keeps saying to me, tell my dad how much I am like him and that I am proud of the man that my dad is. And your son said to me, this is the best dad. I need my dad to know that he is the best dad that anyone could have ever asked for.
It was the best thing he could have said.
He says, there's nothing to be sorry about.
James and I, we had a very tough relationship because we were both stubborn and driven. And I know that he was always seeking my approval and everything, but if I tried to butt in, Dad, I know everything about you. Before he passed, James and I had a big argument. The fact that James said that I was the best dad really hit my heart, and it was very important to hear that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with the head, though. Did he hit his head?
Mm-hmm. Our son James, he had gone out to lunch with his partner, with both their boats, and the weather turned. So they got in their boats to bring the boat back home. His brother Matthew called us. He's like, Dad, James got ejected from the boat and they're looking for his body. They can't find him. He went in the water on May 7th and he was recovered on May 11th. So our son James passed away in May of this year in a boating accident. He's such a good boat handler and he's grew up around the water. So for him to die in 2 to 3 footers, getting ejected from the boat makes no sense. To this day, it doesn't make sense to me.
He says, I need my mom to know that heaven is for real.
It is. I needed to know that.
She needs to
I
know
need to know that. Yeah. When James passed, I didn't know where James was, and I questioned heaven. And the fact that he said there's a heaven, and the fact that he's in heaven and he's happy, because that's what I need. I just needed to know that, and I know it. And I think now I can move on.
Your son looked at me and said, I want my dad to know how proud I am of him because you have such compassion for Mom. And your relationship has gotten stronger. And your son is showing me, Joe, that you have been that rock for Mom. He says, so I never want you to forget that. He goes, my dad would never come to something like this. He goes, but because it's you, Teresa, he decided, all right. And I went, I go, oh, okay.
Yep. That is so James. That is so James.
When I'm touring and I have a day off, I always love to see what is unique to that town. I mean, it's a lot of fun to visit hidden treasures with Kiana. Apparently, Hillbilly Hot Dog was like the place to go. What?
Teresa.
This
Teresa.
is
Teresa.
Hillbilly Wedding Chapel. A wedding chapel?
Where?
What the? Okay.
Let's go get some hot dogs. Yeehaw! Sunny's a weenie man, he owns a weenie stand. He sells recipes around, got the weenies. Yeehaw! Thank you.
Sometimes Something as simple as trying to order food is very difficult because Spirit clearly has a very different agenda for me.
All right, I'm gonna do the a la cheesy beefy
Oh, a
weenie.
cheesy beefy weenie. It just rolls off the tongue.
It does. Beefy weenie, right off the tongue.
There you go. All right, and it's $24.86. Would you like a water?
No, I'm okay. So I don't know if you know what I do.
I do.
But I'm able to communicate with people that have died. So when I start choking and coughing and I feel a restriction in the throat, it means that someone passed from something of the throat. Do you understand that?
My mom actually just passed in fire.
Okay. She passed in the fire?
Yeah, she did. I'm very skeptical. Yeah, I mean, I'm spiritual, but I'm kind of a skeptic when it comes to mediums and things in that aspect.
So when a soul hits me in the back of the head, when they show me like how they pass and they make me feel how they pass, hitting me in the back of the head is the validation that she did not suffer to her death.
Wow.
Do you understand that?
Yeah. My mom passed away very unexpectedly 3 years ago. She died in an apartment fire.
Your mom kind of looked at me and she goes, you know, I was a bit of a free spirit, Teresa. Does that make sense?
Yeah. My mom was not strict. She was very laid back, kind of let me do whatever I wanted to do. She bought me my first beer when I was 15. She had the biggest heart. She was kind to everyone. She was a pretty incredible woman.
Your mom says I never told you, but how proud I am of you. She says you've always made me proud. She just said to me, she goes, my daughter is the best mom. She says she's twice the mom that I ever was. That doesn't mean that your mom wasn't a good mom. What she's acknowledging is the mom that you have become.
Thank you.
So she says, please know that I did not suffer to my death. That is the main reason why she needed to come through, but more importantly, how much she loves you and how proud she is of you.
Thank you so much.
Well, don't thank me, thank them.
Okay, I didn't believe in this until this, and you really nailed everything spot on.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
Oh,
you.
God bless.
I can't believe it. It's definitely real because somebody off the street that's walking into Hillbilly Hot Dogs shouldn't know all that. Well, enjoy your weenies.
Thank you.
That was insane.
Somebody passed from something of the neck or something, and I kept feeling something with my brain.
You know, my husband died, Alzheimer's, and he had a lot of heart.
So when
My husband are the founders of this. He passed away on July 29th, 2021. And he had battled Alzheimer's for probably about a year and a half. And he used to look at me and say, I'm not ever gonna forget you.
Did he complain about his neck? Or
Well,
what?
you-
Because he keeps making me feel the neck, and I can't get rid of the neck pain.
We had that checked so many times, and there was nothing that they could find, but because, you know, he had heart issues, and they were always checking his neck. But he did.
I knew
He
it.
did.
I knew it. My neck hurts now. Oh, God, my neck. I was upstairs, and I kept feeling the thing with my neck.
It was on this side.
Wow.
It was this side.
Wow.
And we had to check. They could never find anything that was wrong.
So when a soul shows me a plaid or a flannel shirt, it means that's what they always wore. Or more importantly, they only wore a specific type of shirt. Okay?
Well, he has a red plaid shirt that I have to hang by my front door because that's what he always would walk out, he'd put that on.
And then you lay on his side of
And
the
I
bed.
lay on his side of the bed.
And you feel him.
Yeah.
You feel the bed
I
move.
do. It's a love story, it truly is, and I miss him like crazy. Do you know, I have to tell you that my son in there, Vance, he had a dream that Sonny came to him.
Yeah, but this is what your husband also wanted me to say. The
Oh.
dream, it wasn't a dream, it was a visitation. Is your son in the kitchen?
Yeah, he's in the kitchen.
I gotta see your son.
I want the guys to sit down. We're gonna bring Vance in here.
Oh, saved by Vance. So Vance, are you familiar with who I am?
I am.
Oh, okay. So I delivered a few messages, and then your dad came through.
Really?
And there was a point where he wanted me to say that the dream
It wasn't a dream, it was a visitation. It was your dad's soul coming to you, letting you know that he was okay,
Wow. That's awesome.
not suffering.
Sonny was more than a stepfather to me. He was a guiding light in a lot of ways. A cool guy that just basically took me under his wing. He just had a special way of just putting his charm on things.
He says, and I want to thank you for the way that you have really stepped up. He says, because every morning you're like, Sonny, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it.
That's what he does.
Is that correct?
It is so correct.
So know that when you do that, know that his soul is right beside you. And he says, and I want you to know that I'm proud on how you've been stepping up and really kind of doing things outside of the box or outside of things that you typically do.
That's
That
spot
is
on.
so spot on. Spot on.
Yeah.
So know that he wants to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. It's
That
beautiful.
is. Wow. Wow.
Every day I walk into this place and go, I got a lot to do. Because it's a constant game. And he always said it's one piece of duct tape away from falling in. But nobody can live up to Sonny. He was one of a million.
I do what I do to help people,
Right.
and that's it. But how Spirit gets me to move and to do things is just so incredible.
Well, you spoke to my wife earlier. She was at
That was your wife?
Yeah, I guess Teresa didn't even know I was married to Shannon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Just
This is
absolutely
Oh my
so.
God. This was really a family affair. Like,
But the real question is, how was your food?
oh, let me tell you something. I might have to go get another hot dog.